that box grater that we're grating, and I just have a visceral reaction to them thinking about grating my fingers. Good Housekeeping is bringing us a portable, smaller version that is a little bit easier to use, that maybe you're going to be protecting your fingers a little bit more by using a compact swivel design grater system. So there's also no need to place in one tray and remove the other to place it in. You always have these graters good to go. Look at that clearance price, $12.99, one of the most affordable items in our show. I love that we go from a $13.99 price to a $12.99 price. Here are your colors. This is going to be your agate, that beautiful blue. Here is your ash, just a light gray. That is the most limited option. We do also have the sage for you, and we have the chili, which is going to be the red option here. A better alternative, and today you're looking at $12.99 to bring this one home. First day at that low price, so I'm excited. If you're watching, call us 800-500-7590. Now, Marissa Brainy, a lifestyle expert who brings us Good Housekeeping, she is a contributing editor to the Good Housekeeping magazine, actually, is here with us, joining us through Skype. Marissa, I'm happy to be here with you. It's great to see you.
Great to see you, Rachel, and I am so excited that you love these. I know sage is your color in all the Good Housekeeping items, and so I love that we have this, right? But you said it, you know, so many times we look for those solutions of having an all-in-one, and this is that, the grater version, a grater, if you will.
A grater. I love it.
I kind of like it. And so, you know, here's how we did this. We wanted to give you 3 tools in one, right? The 3 ways that you typically grate things all in this one compact tool where it all holds together and stores so beautifully in any drawer. There's nothing worse than those big box graters. I don't know if you have one of those getting stuck when you try to open your island drawer.
Goodness.
We used to have one in here. It was a disaster. So we are avoiding all of that. And one of the ways that I like to really show you how you use all 3 of these is by making tzatziki sauce. So I have to say, my 7-year-old wants to be a chef. One of his favorite things to make is homemade tzatziki. And so we start with plain Greek yogurt, of course. Then I want a little bit of a larger grate on my cucumber. So I'm going to start with the larger grate for my cucumber, right? And I'm just going to grate this in. Again, beautiful, beautiful results from this. This is going to give you perfect texture for something like a vegetable. If you wanted to grate zucchini, if you wanted to grate an onion, it's great for a thicker grate of cheese, which I'll show you in a second. But I mean, this is going to just be something that you're going to reach for again and again. So I did my cucumber. I'll do about half of it for time's sake. Stir that in. Okay, now I used that. Now what I'm going to use, and look, I'm almost wasting all of it on the back side there, but I'm going to push that in. Perfect. Okay, now let's go to the finer grate, right?
Okay,
and this is going to be for something like our garlic, like lemon zest. Right? And so this is going to be perfect for both of those. So I'm going to zest in a little lemon here. And depending on how lemony you like it, you can also, of course, use the juice. I like a lot of lemon, so I tend to do that. So you're going to just do this here, and then I'm going to switch and do my garlic, right? And this is so great because it gets the garlic really, really fine. And for something like a sauce or a marinade, you don't want to bite into a big piece of garlic, right? When I'm serving tzatziki at a summer barbecue, I don't want my guests to bite into garlic. But look at all of this. This is showing you the beautiful fine results from that fine grater. And so I'm going to take the back of my spoon, scoop this all in, and we're ready to go. So really, really functional. And then last but not least, we have this little guy. And this is so unique because this is specifically for ginger. Okay, so when you grate ginger, you really want it, again, to be fine. You want it almost to be like paste-like.
Right.
And so this is why we designed this one, because I'm going to do this here with a little soy sauce. So for something like a marinade or, again, a sauce that you're using, you don't want to bite into a big spicy piece of ginger. That's not going to be good for anybody.
No.
So I'm going to show you what this looks like. It almost makes it into like a paste, right? You can see it kind of come up. It's almost paste-like. So I'm just going to shake this in to the soy sauce, and that's going to be perfect to combine for a marinade for chicken, maybe a little barbecue this summer. So again, really, really functional, really easy. The 3 things that you typically use a grater for all in this handy dandy tool.
It's a really wonderful, compact design. It is so useful. You can get rid of that big box grater and instead have everything that just slides together with ease. And this is all you need to store into your drawer. Now, Marissa, for me also, those box graters, I cannot use them without hurting myself every single time.
Yeah.
With these, the fact that it's completely flat, yes, of course, you still have to watch your fingers, but for me, the hardest part of the box graters is because they're angled. So as I'm grating on an angle, I miss that now it's too small and I'm going to cut myself. So to have it flat,
exactly.
For me personally, I feel less nervous using it completely flat because it's all at the same angle.
Yeah, that's a great point, Rachel. You don't know where to hold those box graters oftentimes, right? Like, where do you put your hands? So you notice this is a really long ergonomic design. It's really easy to hold. And on each of the edges of the graters, we have these little like tabs that are going to help you get them out, which is really important as well. So I just did the fine grate there for some Parmesan cheese. Let's say I wanted to, I'm going to switch that actually. I just did the fine grate. And now I'm going to use a thicker grate for something like nachos, right? If I want to do a cheddar or something like that, if I'm going to do nachos, that's something I want a little bit of a bigger grate for. And so it's really ideal for things like that. And what's great about this, first of all, this comes apart. So you can pop it in the dishwasher and take it fully apart to get in every nook and cranny. But an easier way, if you're just doing like one job, you just spread these out like this in the dishwasher, top rack of the dishwasher, you're good to go. It's going to get all the cheese out of there.
Oh,
so,
great.
you know, something like the tzatziki, when you're using all of them, I would recommend just taking it apart, and you can do that with just this little knob in the front. Super easy.
See. Okay.
Yeah, but you can just put it in like this as well. So if I'm just using it one time to grate some cheese, that's typically what I do. And of course, you can hand wash it as well.
Amazing. $12.99 for the grater, as Marissa said. It truly is. I mean, honestly, it's just as effective, but it stores down. And for me personally, it feels a bit safer for me to use. This might be the next Good Housekeeping item that's added to my kitchen. And Marissa, you're right. The sage is my color, but this is a really good one. So especially this price, $12.99. Here's your sage. We do have that beautiful chili color for you. Here's your ash, which is that light gray, almost grayish. And then we do have that agate. Here's the options from that ginger to the fine and to the larger. We're going to see Marissa in just a little bit. And Marissa, I'm going to ask you a little bit about your mom and what she likes to cook as well. So we'll talk about that next time we see you. All right?
Wait.
Amazing. All right, see you soon. All right, my friends. Where are we going? We're staying here? Okay, perfect. Amazing. All right, here is what is